G'day guys. Okay, so this is a back to basics vid today because my laptop decided to shit itself on Wednesday. So today's Friday. A couple of days ago my hard drive gave way, so I had it fixed yesterday and now it's getting everything downloaded so I can use it again at the moment. So it's sitting there useless, being taken care of. Also, on top of that, on Wednesday, our internet died where I am. And it's at a point where Telstra need to come and fix it up. So there's nothing we can do until next Tuesday. So no internet, no laptop, but I thought I'd still make a video and just me and my iPhone, no editing, no intro, no music. So back to basics today. And just talking to you through this, one take, no editing, warts and all. Okay, so I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about because I had another idea that I was going to do, but I can't do it. So I was going to talk today about setting goals and what I've found about setting goals over the years, what works and what doesn't. Every what do they call them, self-help guru out there, and there's thousands, maybe millions, tells you that you got to set goals and you got to keep this positive attitude, all that sort of stuff. And I was a big believer in setting goals and setting high goals, not just goals, but extremely high goals and aiming really high. I was a big believer in that for years. And for me, none of that worked. It just did not work setting big goals. In fact, it probably worked against me. I'm quite positive it had a negative effect, setting those goals that were so high that I really had no chance of reaching them. Realistically, had no chance. And what it did then is it built a lot of anxiety that why was I failing? You know, why wasn't I reaching these big massive goals? I've got to try harder, I've got to go harder. And it sort of winds you up into a frenzy, and it makes you anxious when you're not achieving your goals. So this is what I've realized over time, and this has helped me no end to bring my stress levels down and just be less anxious and just more relaxed about my day-to-day routine, and not always having to be on the go and always grinding it out and always putting pressure on myself to be more and more to reach these goals. So what I do now, really, I don't really have any long-term goals, no long-term financial goals, no long-term sort of wealth or family goals or those sorts of things. I really do try to live in the moment, as they say. And what I do set is daily goals, and they're process goals. So it's not result driven. I'm not going to make this much money today. But what I do is I say what I'm going to do. So if I want to research companies for 2 hours in the morning, then that's my goal. I'll research company for 2 hours in the morning, and if I get through, if one company takes me 2 hours to get through, then I research one company that morning for 2 hours, and that's my goal. It's a process goal. It's something that I personally can control, my own time. And I find those sorts of goals, process goals that you're in complete control, are very satisfying, and they help me feel very sort of relaxed about what I'm doing, because what you don't want to do is live in your own future where you've got these goals and you're always thinking about this some distant goal in the future, because that does build anxiety. When you're always living in your own future, thinking about this and worrying about this, worrying about that, what if, that will make you anxious. So building or doing very small goals, like steps along the way that you can completely control, that don't rely on luck, they don't rely on someone else doing something, for you, it's completely in your control, then it helps you feel very relaxed about setting goals. I think that's all I can really say about setting goals. To summarize, I just think you need to set very short-term goals. Make sure they're process driven goals rather than outcome driven. So don't worry about the outcome. Just say, if I do this today, I've achieved my goal. Whatever the outcome is of doing this, don't worry about. I mean, if you do the right things, the outcome will just look after itself. And if it doesn't work today, that's okay. Do the process again tomorrow, and just keep building towards becoming better. And you know what? You'll achieve your long-term goals without even thinking about it. It's just a much easier and more enjoyable way to live. Okay, I'm going to leave it there today. Yeah, apologies, it's a very basic video, back to basics today. It's the best I can do. I'm going to now try and upload this using my phone 4G. I don't know if that's even going to work, so I guess if you're watching this, it has. So have a good weekend, guys. Friday today. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll hopefully be back next week. If everything's working again, I'll do a proper video Tuesday or Wednesday next week, and I'll talk to you guys then. Cheers.